Hi, I'm John Barber, Editor-in-Chief at IDW Publishing, and welcome to Barber Shop. The first time I stepped into a comic book store, I found all the brightly colored superheroes and Transformers and G.I. Joes I was picking up at 7-Eleven. But they had so much more. There was a world of new comics, weird comics I didn't understand but really liked. And that particular time was the tail end of a boom of black and white animal comics, which itself came on the heels of the unexpected success of a self-published parody comic called Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Make no mistake, TMNT was a comic book store hit, not yet a worldwide phenomenon. But with a title like that, and with the reputation the series already had, it didn't take long before curiosity got the better of me, and I bought the newest issue. This is before paperbacks or digital collections. It was issue 11, and if any of you remember back that far, or if you've come in and read it since, of course, it's something of a weird issue, where the Turtles had been defeated by Shredder and retreated to Northampton, Massachusetts to regroup. You can check it out in IDW's Ultimate Collections, or they do the story in the 1990 movie, and Tom Waltz and Sophie Campbell riffed on it for an arc of the IDW Turtles series. Anyway, that issue is pretty unlike other comics I'd read, which is why I'm telling the story. There was some humor, but for what I thought was a parody comic with a silly name, it was dealing with serious issues of self-doubt and grief. It pulled me into the world Kevin Eastman and Peter Laird had constructed, and I never left. For me, it was more than just one comic, more than just one series. The Turtles are intrinsically a part of the path that led me right here in life, and I know I'm not alone in the Turtles really meaning something to me, or in being able to remember the moment the Turtles first entered my life. Flash forward to last year. Kevin Eastman and longtime TMNT writer Tom Waltz were wrapping up issue 100 of IDW's Turtle series and wondering what they should do next. I think it was in conversation with Chris Ryall that Kevin brought up an idea he and Peter Laird had worked out back in the 1980s. Kevin talked to Peter, then he talked to Tom and TMNT editor Bobby Curnow, and the Last Ronin was born. Now, in truth, Kevin had been thinking about this for a long time. This was just when it finally made sense to do it. To jump into the future, where the Turtles aren't teenagers anymore, and they aren't even all alive. Now, in the nightmarish future of Last Ronin, only one turtle remains, one turtle with a quest for vengeance. Because of the way the story grew, there's a timelessness to it, echoes of TMNT past and present and future. Like the best of the classic Turtles comics, it echoes its influences, but just like when I read issue 11, this isn't a simple homage or a parody. It builds on foundations and takes a very unique and powerful look at the friendship and brotherhood of the Turtles, which has made so many of us TMNT fans. Look, your story in falling in love with the Turtles is probably pretty different than mine, maybe decades off in terms of timing, but we're all united for our love of the green guys, right? The story, like I said, is by Kevin Eastman and Peter Laird, creators of the TMNT and some of the biggest inspirations for me, personally, to get into making comics. They're joined by Tom Waltz, who I believe has written as many TMNT comics as anybody, and then Tom and Kevin wrote the script together, collaborating very closely. I don't want to give too much of the story away, but part 1 is called Wish for Death, if that gives any hint of the tenor, and it follows the lone remaining turtle infiltrating the militarized and ninja-fied island of Manhattan to strike against its leader. It's relentless and exciting, recalling moments from the past but never stopping long enough to get mired in nostalgia. Kevin does the layouts, and his storytelling and fight choreography have never been better. There's something so unique about the way Kevin approaches a comic book page, and that's all on display right here. Esau and Isaac Escorza pencil and ink the story. They're newcomers to TMNT, handpicked by Kevin to bring the story to life. I can't think of a more confident debut on Turtles. Their art seamlessly pairs together, like another couple Turtle artists I can think of, with a sense of movement and darkness perfectly suiting the story. Longtime Turtle artist Ben Bishop shows up for well, that might be telling, but he's got a page in there too, for a reason. Luis Antonio Delgado colors the whole thing with assistance from Samuel Plata, capturing the mire of future New York sewers, and longtime TMNT letterer Sean Lee does all the lettering, harkening back to the classic TMNT style of Steve Levine. And editor Bobby Curnow, as always, holds the thing together, with some additional editorial coordination by R.G. Lorena. So visit the IDW website, or your local comic book or bookshop, because if you've ever loved Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, or even if you want to, like I did decades ago, take a chance and see what everybody's been talking about. You're not going to go wrong with Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, The Last Ronin #1, available in a deluxe oversized format. And as always, let's use this time to connect and keep the IDW community active. If you have any questions, put them in the comments below and I'll answer what I can. That's all for this week. Remember, you can keep up with IDW on social media and check back here every week for news and updates. Thanks for watching.